What do you like about this team? What did you see in the offseason that has you thinking positive thoughts?
Very energetic team. We got a great coaching staff this year, get us right, and just working hard.
Tell me about this defense. What are going to be some of the strengths? Who are going to be some of the guys making big plays defensively for Luers?
We lost a few linebackers, but we got a few juniors stepping up. That'll be seniors. I'll have a new role from last year, and we'll be a strong defense, I think.
When you take a look at the classification, obviously you guys have been paying close attention to that. So not knowing 3A, 2A, where you're going to be, what was that like this summer? And now knowing that you're going to be in 2A, what's kind of your reaction?
Well, 2A will be one of the biggest schools in 2A. That'll be one of the first times since we're a small school in the SAC. So that'll obviously be a little bit of a help, but it'll be a fun ride.
When you take a look at this team as a whole, what do you learn from last year? Obviously, you guys made it all the way to semi-state.
Yeah, we had a lot of great leadership last year, but we have even more leadership stepping up this year, so it'll be good.
And final question, what are you most looking forward to about 2019 as a senior, right?
Yes, sir. A lot of memories, a lot of last memories here, trying to just soak it all in and just play as hard as I can this year.
All right. Perfect, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Been a couple days in camp now. What have you liked from this Luers team, and what has you thinking positively heading forward?
I like the way we've been getting out every day, been coming out strong. Everybody's hitting the field, hitting it hard, making sure they grinding for their brothers. So I'm looking forward to this season.
Offensively, how do you see this team progressing? What are going to be some of the keys and strengths for this team on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, we had a passing quarterback last year. We got 2 quarterbacks this year, one coming in from Concordia, and we have Christian Fly back there as well. We're looking to open it up, be able to run and pass this year.
When you take a look at last year's experience, what do you learn? I mean, you guys went all the way to semi-state and lost to the team that won the state championship. So what do you take away from that experience you can apply this time around?
Well, last year we had them 14-0 before half. They just kind of outworked us in the second half last year. So we've been coming out here hitting the field, getting conditioned every day, and we're making sure we're readying ourselves for this year.
3A, 2A. 3A, 2A, now you're in 2A. What's your reaction to playing in 2A?
A lot of people saying it's going to be cookies for us, but we still coming out here hitting the field every day, making sure we practice hard, and everyone's making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing for their position.
Right. Perfect, my man.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Jamic, as far as this team goes, I know it's only the third day of camp, but you've seen him throughout the summer. You've seen him the last couple of days. What is it about this Luers team that has you thinking positively as we enter 2019?
The brotherhood, of course. We all come together as one, and that's the main focus. And once we do that, we can succeed at anything. So that's about it, to be honest with you.
Offensive numbers were great last season, but you got to replace a lot of skill position players, quarterback, Jordan Presley, a number of guys. Nate Moore's now at Wayne. Tell me about this offense and who are some of the guys that are going to be stepping into bigger roles for Luers in 2019?
We have Christian Fly at quarterback. That's our new upcoming quarterback. We have Cam. Cam was here last year, Cam Hedgecock. We also have Scotty Van Landingham. He's an upcoming receiver. We also have Jacob Ross. He's an upcoming receiver too. And we have myself. I'm not upcoming, but I'm here. So I think the offense will be pretty good.
When you take a look at last season, obviously advancing to semi-state makes for a great year. What do you take away from that experience, especially that playoff run that you can use this time?
The playoff run, that was a great run we had. It was a tough loss against West Lafayette, but that didn't do anything to us but make us mad, give us motivation, make us want to strive for more, make us want to go to state. We need a ring.
When you take a look at this team heading into the season, what do you see as the biggest strengths for Luers in 2019?
Biggest strengths for Luers, as I say, we got a pretty decent running back, well, an excellent running back, Brayden Cowherd. So we're gonna be running the ball a lot. We have an excellent quarterback that can throw the ball from anywhere. We have excellent receivers. So I feel as if we can push in any position.
Final question. I know there was a lot of question of whether you'd be in 2A or 3A, back to 2A. I mean, it was a yo-yo in the offseason. Now that you guys are in 2A, what's your mentality heading forward? I know you've got to be one of the teams that people look at as a powerhouse in that classification.
Correct. They consider us a powerhouse, but we're going to stay humble and we're not going to underestimate anyone. A team's a team. We wouldn't want them underestimating us, just like we're not going to underestimate them. My apologies, but yeah.
Final question. What are you most looking forward to, man?
Scoring the ball. I'm ready to get the ball in my hands. I'm ready for my first touchdown.
All right.
Yes,
Perfect,
sir.
my man. Hey, Coach, I know it's only day 3 of camp, but you've seen him throughout the summer. You know what you guys have in a team. What is it that excites you about Bishop Luers as the 2019 season rolls around?
Really excited about how these kids get after it. They're very coachable. We don't have to pull teeth to get them moving, to get them to live up to the expectations and standards of the program. They seem pretty committed to doing the little things out here, jogging from station to station, from drill to drill. And they've been chomping at the bit to put the full pads on and hit each other. So, we're excited at that as well.
Defensively, what are going to be some of the big keys for you guys, the strengths defensively, and who are some of the guys that are going to be stepping into larger roles to lead this defense on Friday nights?
We're really excited about our team speed on the defensive side, not just at the back end, but we feel like we've got some linebackers that can get to the ball. Up front, football, you got to win battles up front, and when you return a talent like Will Derrick, who's not just talented as a football player, but he's big. He's a big kid, big strong kid. That always bodes well for a defense when you can have an anchor like that up front. So, things are going to kind of center around him, and hopefully when he's not making plays, it should free up some backers behind him to make plays. We do return about 5-6 kids that have starting varsity experience. They didn't all start throughout the entirety of last year, but we do feel like we've got enough experience back that should make a difference. Look at a kid like Ramon Anderson, who's started and had a huge year as a sophomore at the back end at safety. And he just got better as the year went along. He's coming back as a junior, and he looks to be, he's had a great summer. He's had a good camp so far. So we feel like we've got pieces at every level. As is always the case, depth is going to be a question mark. But we hope to compensate for that by just having a lot of upperclassmen getting after it and showing these younger kids how to get it done. And so far, we like what we see.
Jordan and Norman were obviously a lot of what you guys did offensively. Them and a number of players have graduated. So what do you look like offensively? Who are guys that are going to step into bigger roles?
This might not be a wide open offense, kind of like we were last year. As much as anything, we return a strong back in Brayden Cowherd. He had about 75 carries last year for about 500 yards, more than a handful of touchdowns. So we do have returned some talent. We got some size at that position. We're really hoping that everything's going to build off a run game, as so many coaches would say. And I know it's a cliche, but you got to be able to run the ball if you're going to play deep into November. And when you have a back like that up front, we were excited about what we're looking at right now. We don't have a lot of size up front like we did last year, but we're a heck of a lot quicker. And traditionally, our quicker lines in years past have fared well. So there's obviously a lot of question marks at the quarterback position. You got a senior and a sophomore competing for it. We're really excited about the athleticism Fly brings. He also brings a pretty strong arm. Not a whole lot of size. Carson Clark, the sophomore, he's got some size, got a big arm, he's got some athleticism. For him, it's a lot of it is learning the offense and getting into a comfort zone with those around him. And as much as anything, just being a field general. I think that's probably where Fly's got a little bit of advantage right now. Out wide on the perimeter, we're pretty talented. We return a talent like Jamic Johnson. For any receiving core, you got somebody who's a playmaker, and then Cam Hedgecock had a pretty good year last year when he was healthy. He's returning as a junior. Johnny Sewell, I think, is a name that a lot of people are gonna hear a lot this year. He's a junior who did get some varsity experience last year on both sides of the ball, but he should be a playmaker this year for us on both sides of the ball.
You were in 3A last year, made it to semi-states. You thought early in the process you'd be down in 2A. Then it came back you were going to be in 3A. Now you're going to be in 2A. You find out a couple weeks ago it's official. What was your kind of thought process during that entire process? Because you were kind of didn't know what to expect. It was a bit of a yo-yo experience.
It was. Just confused as much as anything. Not to say, my initial reaction was someone made a mistake. just based on my understanding of the success factor and then the recent bylaw that was passed by the board of directors of the IHSAA. Mistakes happen. Myself, our staff, I don't think anybody around here got too fired up about it. I know people around the state may have, but that was out of our control. We just asked for some clarification as to the rule and the enforcement of the rule, and we got an email back a couple weeks ago saying, hey, this was a mistake on our part. We apologize. No big deal for us. We knew 2A, 3A, we were going to be competitive. This is a competitive program. This is a competitive group of kids, so I don't think it phased us emotionally like maybe it did other people.
Are you excited, though? Because if you take a look at, the history of Bishop Luers, all 11 state championships, I believe, are in 2A.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely excited. I mean, you head into a new season, you're excited. But without a doubt, we come back down to 2A into a classification that, when we left, we were on top. So I don't know where that puts us in terms of voters, and that doesn't matter. What matters is that we come out here competing every day, trying to get better every day. At some point this year, I think we're going to be a pretty good football team. How soon, obviously remains to be seen, but we'll be a battle-tested team heading into sectionals.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
I don't think so.
Good.
I think I'm ready to coach at some point.